This is meso level. This is meso level. This is micro and this is macro. Micro level, meso, and macro level. And macro level is actually non-existent in classical terms. What is macro level in meso philosophy is something completely different, as it is macro logic in linear well thinking, which we are used to apply for at least 150 years. 150 years. Because economy is actually also very simplified science. Now we are increasingly aware of the need for complex presentation of problems, not of simple presentation. Through, for example, simple presentation is when you present everything through one common denominator, everything through money. This is in principle simple. I don't say it is simple practically, because, for example, somebody wants to calculate GDP. You know what is calculation GDP? This is 700 pages of detailed instructions how to do it. So it's not technically simple, but idea that everything can be translated to monetary unit is simple. If we have time, I can now present another step in this problem, which will probably take me another 15 minutes. When we present this concept, for example, sustainable development is intersection between social, economic, and environmental domain. I'm sure that at least 30% of you would object this problem, this concept, and would say, yes, this is okay, you are simplifying, okay, we are now studying, so no problem. But in real life, you cannot simplify so much that you say regional development is economy, social, and environment. You at least need to add fourth element, for example, human capital. And the other will say, no, human is not important because human is already present in economy, in social and environment, because people are environment. We need to involve culture, and so on, and so on, and so on. So, what we presented as a simple solution immediately starts to complicate when we are adding another circles. And I want to add another circle to elaborate this problem further. How to solve evaluation problem in 3-set model and in 4-set model. That's why we were talking about at the beginning about Ekins and Munasing, who presented 3 or 4 capital model at the conference in the early 90s. So, I explained this all. So, this is what we have. Classical situation, overlap between 3 circles. But if we add the 4th circle, we can do it in this way. We have to a little bit rearrange. But there is other possibility. This is one solution. The other solution is we can draw the 4th circle, which is actually not circle anymore, in this way. Something like this. So we have different, but this one is not so technically easy, so we keep this one. But of course, never try to explain this story in this way, which is also frequently done. We have 4 domains, and then we do this. This is not the same. You will see why. Here we have made a classification of levels of evaluation. Meso level 1, meso level 2, and meso level 3. This is not our classification, but of Kurt Topfer, economist, evolutionary economist in Switzerland, who works on paradigmatic, actually, development of evolutionary economics for some 15 years at least. Meso 1 level is non-overlapping area. Okay? Meso 3 is level where everything overlaps with everything. Meso 2 is overlap between two domains, Meso 2A, and Meso 2B is overlap between three domains, 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So, how to solve this problem on the 4 level, on the 4 set? Totally simple. Here is a short derivation solution. So please follow now the cursor. We have 4 domains: human, nature, economy, social. These are 4 domains of sustainable development, because we can define it in 4 or 3 sets. And overlap between these 4 is, is overlap between H, human, overlaps with N, overlaps with E, overlaps with S. I will now show on a graph. This value is, okay, E, S, N, H overlaps in Meso 3 here. This is H overlaps with S, with overlaps with N, with overlaps with E. This can be rewritten, overlap between 4 can be overwritten as an overlap between 4 overlaps of triple overlaps, of 4 triple overlaps. It means H2, it means Meso 2B, this one. Sorry, I lost myself. Here, Meso 2B. Meso 2B, 1, 2, 3, 4 Meso 2B areas. Now I'm not sure if you see. You can easily see that Meso 3 is overlap between this S, N, and H. Can you see this? It is the most inner overlap. But now try to think that the most inner overlap is actually a result of overlap of overlaps. If we intersect Meso 2B is this one, this area. Meso 2B, Meso 2B with this one, Meso 2B. So we can say Meso 3 is actually overlap between Meso 2B, which we can be written here. 4 overlaps are consisted of 4 overlaps between 3 domains. And each domain, for example, this one, 3, HSE, HSN, I have here, for example, doesn't matter. So this one is example, this one. Can be rewritten, of course, an overlap of 3 domains, which can be further explained as a set of 3 double overlaps. Just the same, I will show this again in the picture. Or maybe better here. So this overlap is overlap between full circles, okay, or overlap between overlaps. We can express this inner overlap in different ways. Okay? as a result of this tree or result of this tree. And we add another circle, we have another layer of these overlaps. We have meso 2b and meso 2a, as we have shown when we transited from 3 to 4 set model. So, how to resolve the three-part problem we know. So, what we have done is we have simplified 4-set problem to set of 3-set problems, which are easy to resolve. So, if we do this, we obtain this. It means 4 set is translated into 4 3 sets, 3 overlaps on the meso 2b, which can be simplified in this way. So, when we simplify and eliminate what is sufficient, we obtain the final result. Overlap of 4 domains of sustainability will, at the end of evaluation, produce 3 integral results. We will call it overlap A, overlap B, and overlap C. This overlap can be seen here, but you will have to look at it very carefully. So let's stay at the level of formalization, this algebraic. What we obtain here, we have, these are 3 synthetic indicators, not 1. We said we forget 1. But what we can get is many indicators. Because, you know, we are used to think that the whole is collection of what? The whole is collection of parts, of individuals, for example. Well, this is traditional thinking, but it's wrong. Because society is not the same like pile of sand. Pile of sand is a pile of sand is a structure which consists of its parts. But in complexity theory, we say differently. The whole is not consisting of individual parts, but it is consisting of partial wholes. Whole is consisted of wholes, not of individualities. For example, we don't have, this is classical situation. Part to whole. With the operation of course, synthesis. But this is simple way of thinking. Simple, we said simple is, in our terms, what is commensurable. In complex setting, we have different situation. Partial whole integrates through synthesis into, probably not into absolute whole, probably on the partial whole on the higher level of generality. So we cannot obtain absolute whole totality, and we cannot start totality with individual level. Maybe if a different example. If somebody wants to contribute something to community, he needs to have communal feeling, not private feeling. If somebody come to community, for example, discussing something non-profit, but then he will come with his profit interest as an individual, he will only cause problems. You have to have some vision of totality when you enter the communal process. So partial wholes integrate on the higher level on more and more and more complete wholes and without end.